live? Alright, looks like we're live. Hey, welcome to Soda Chad's Beer Reviews. I just got, if you saw my video from Monday or Tuesday, I got a new Tavour shipment in. And I have drank some of the beers on there, I just didn't review them. But this one I definitely wanted to review. This is the Brewing Project Irish Cow Chocolate Milk Stout with milk sugar, coffee, and natural Irish cream flavor. It's a pretty cool label. It looks like something out of like Adventure Time or something like that. It kind of creeps me out a little when breweries use, cartoony images that looks like, like if there was no, if you didn't see the word stout on here, like if all you saw was this, I mean, this would look, it's like from like a kindergarten coloring book or something. I don't know. Anyway, love me a good milk stout. Not a huge fan of Irish dry stouts, like anything that's like Guinness. But your sweet stout, they tend to be usually roasty and sweet. So yeah, this looks black on camera. It's actually like a deep brown, and it like actually there was half the glass was foam when I poured it, and it's settled down. So yeah, I'm definitely getting chocolate on here, and I'm getting coffee. Very sweet smell to it. Yeah, I mean, it smells kind of sugary. I mean, they're calling this a chocolate milk stout. So, I mean, it's like chocolate milk with coffee. They should call it like a mocha stout. That's what mocha is. It's chocolate and coffee. Irish cream flavoring. I'm not a huge Irish cream fan. I would like almost never would put that in my coffee. I would never have that in my house. So I'm not really super familiar with what Irish cream tastes like. I mean, I think it's just kind of a generic cream flavor. If you guys know, let me know in the comments or in the if you're watching this live. Oh, we don't have any live viewers, but just talking to myself here. So yeah, it smells really good. And this is not a super big beer. It's only 5.4 ABV. Yeah. Yeah, so lovely, chocolate, coffee, a sweet smell to it. It's going to be really difficult to pick out like any specific malts or hops. I mean, just like that coffee character is also, can be confused like with a roasted malt character. And yeah, I mean, like these types of beers aren't really known for their hops. I mean, I'm sure there's some in there for balance, but it's not a hop forward beer. But anyway, I'm going almost 3 minutes, haven't taken a drink yet, so let's dive in here. Cheers. Well, it definitely delivers as advertised. I will say that. The first thing I noticed as soon as it hit my tongue is like how soft it is. And I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised, but it would be cool because they're calling this an Irish stout. When you think Irish stout, you think Guinness, and what's Guinness? It's on nitro. That would have been really cool if they could have put nitro widgets in these cans. I'm sure it would make it like probably twice as expensive. And it was only, I got 2 cans for $12. That's $6 a can. That's really good. Actually, I think it was it? Yeah, it was. I thought it was cheaper than that. No, it's 6, but. Yeah, so like right away I get the chocolate milk, and then right after that, the coffee comes in. So it's like, sweet up front, and then immediately kind of like that roasty, bitter chocolate, dark chocolate. Yeah, like a dark chocolate flavor without like the decadent. Let me show you guys. Yeah, this is really a deep brown, not a black. It's clear too, which it should be. I haven't used my Chad's Beer Reviews glass in a long time. I've had this glass for probably 11 or 12 years. Actually, I have 2 of them. The other one's up there with a bunch of pencils and pens in it. Can't believe, knock on wood, that I haven't broken these by now. Derek C says, sounds good. What a boo. I think he means what's the ABV. Well, if you were here 2 minutes ago, you would have known that it's 5.4. It's a nice fairly light beer. I would not call this sessionable though. This is, I think, just like the flavor alone is so rich that this isn't something you really want to session. This is like a dessert beer. Because I went into this a little hesitant because I was like, 5.4. I mean, it can't be. This is gonna be like some knockoff Guinness with like a little bit of a bonus flavor, but it's really not. This is, it's almost on par with like a Southern Tier or something. Yeah, I mean, the more I drink, yeah, that coffee and chocolate flavor are going really well together. And they're calling some milk stout, so I'm sure like there's lactose sugar in there. And if you know anything about brewing, and you need to know this if you want to become a BJCP judge, is that with lactose sugar, the yeast can't eat lactose sugar. So lactose sugar is used mostly just for a mouthfeel. It's like kind of a smooth, silky, mouthfeel. Tend to see it in a lot of stouts. Although these New England IPAs, now they're throwing, these milkshake IPAs, they're throwing lactose sugar in there to just make these like super soft, coating mouthfeel IPAs. I really don't like lactose in my IPA. It was cool like 10 years ago when I had it in, what was that, Three Floyds beer, 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝐁. But not a huge fan of that in IPAs. What's disappointing about this beer, though, and I know this glass is clean, is that there really hasn't been much head retention. It foamed up like this much when I poured it, but you would think that would stick. I'm surprised it's not. Great beer to go with some whiskey. Haven't seen Southern Tier in Tennessee in the last 2 years. Yeah, I mean, they merged with Victory, so I mean they might be doing a lot of like market reorganization and stuff. I very rarely go to beer stores anymore. I mean, sometimes I go to Total Wine or ABC for my job, but I mean it's like maybe once a month or so. And I will see, and like even the local liquor store down the street from me, they do have like the big expensive Southern Tier beers. Pumpkin, actually they have Pumpkin in all the supermarkets around here. But yeah, I mean like I haven't seen chocolate in a long time. Hopefully they'll have that this year. I don't know if they still make it. I mean, I hope they do. But anyway, back to this beer. Now that I'm getting more into it, it's kind of like the flavors have all kind of homogenized. Those first few sips, I could taste, distinct chocolate milk and distinct coffee, and now they're kind of together. Yeah, I mean, it's still tasty. It's just not like amazing. There is like some bitterness in there. Yeah, a little bit of like a earthy, piney hop flavor just for like balance. This is not, even though it's like a sweet beer, it's not cloying sweet. It's not decadent exactly. I mean, it's definitely a sweet beer. It's certainly something I noticed about it. I think it's also because there's a chocolate flavor to it. I mean, it's just whenever you taste chocolate, you immediately think sweetness and sugar. Dude, I'm gonna run you over. Come on up here. Leo is sitting right underneath my chair, so if I roll the chair back, I'm gonna run over him. Anyway, let's wrap this up. Yeah, this is good. It's not a perfect beer, but I mean, I'm really impressed for what it is. I mean, it's 5.4, and it just has the flavor of like something like in a more imperial range. I think it's a little too sweet to session. And also, I mean, 5.4, I mean, that's a little strong to session anyway. But, yeah, the mouthfeel is, I'd probably put it about medium, at least medium. It's like medium plus. I would not go as far as say medium full or straight up full, but I mean, it's definitely, I mean, there's lactose sugar in there. So whenever you have lactose, the body's immediately, or automatically, I should say, going to be a little bit thicker. In fact, I think the carbonation on this is actually a little low. I prefer a little bit more CO2. And again, I'm disappointed like there's no head retention. Maybe they could throw some wheat in there. Just for like the head retention. I hate thin bubbly stouts, yeah. This is not thin, but it's not bubbly. Yeah, I mean, well, maybe the CO2 is at a good volume. I don't really know how to measure it, but yeah. So again, if you like chocolate, if you like coffee, you know, just like that mocha flavor, and they're saying there's an Irish cream flavoring, but again, I'm not really. I mean, I guess I can put my finger on what the Irish cream flavoring is. I think it's more like the aftertaste, you know, because like chocolate milk up front, then coffee, and then the aftertaste of like kind of an Irish cream. But yeah, for such a light, quote unquote, light beer, this is a lovely dessert beer, you know, and it's nice to be able to have a dessert beer that's only 5.4 instead of, you know, 10.4. So yeah, I really like this one. I think I'm gonna go pretty high rating on this one. I mean, well, I'm liking it at about a 4.5, but like the beer critic in me is saying this is like a closer to a 4, maybe a little bit less. I think I'll split the difference and I'll go 4.25. Yeah, fun, tasty beer. You know, relatively cheap. I mean, not like super cheap, but I mean, you get a full pint can for $6. Yeah, you know, it's pretty good. So, anyway, thanks to Derek C, who's been commenting in this entire time. Yeah, so check out Tavour if you're not on Tavour. Link in the description below. Use that. Click on it. It's going to take you right to. You're going to get $10 off your first purchase, and it lets them know that I sent you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know. I'm doing these less often, so you know, just check back whenever. Click that bell, and then whenever I go live, you'll know that I'm going live. So, all right. I am super rambling. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys whenever. Thanks. Bye.